Yo, yo, yo. Sound good? Can I get an answer on is the sound good real quick? Before I swap my monitor over to the video game. Perfect. Alright. Let's get our detective on. Such a Kino loading screen, dude.
Huh? Ben.
That's true.
Huh? That is correct.
Man, that would be so amazing if that was, like,
Do you agree?
actually the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if the dude was just like, I actually want to take everyone out with me.
Ben.
Huh?
I'll leave it to you.
Sorry.
Not cool.
Huh?
Jeez. But...
Ryoma's right. He's got a point, man. Oops, that's what I wanted.
Huh?
Be careful.
We'll talk to Suichi last. I have a feeling he's gonna be the one with the most insight.
Trashy skank. Huh? Ah. Actually.
Then
I like that Kaede is totally not an otaku. Like, this other girl's over here just rambling on about some frickin' nerd anime bullshit, and Kaede's like, I got nothing. Man, I love Miyu. What is wrong with her?
Ha! Feast your eyes on the latest creation from the gorgeous girl genius, Miyu Iruma. It's a drone! I told you that's a drone. If it was a drone, it'd be leading a pack of vicious monsters. I don't get it.
when did you have time to make this?
I got bored after I made those cameras you asked for, so I modified this RC plane. I even decked it out with a camera so it'll take perfect aerial photographs. From there, I'll use the photos as a reference to draft a floor plan to help the investigation.
Cool.
This way, I get out of having to do any actual investigative legwork.
She's a genius. Big fan. Well, yeah, I mean, isn't that like, didn't, oh god, what's his face? wow, Hideaki Anno say that he didn't really understand, or rather, not that he didn't understand, but he thought it was interesting that Asuka was the character, or the girl that Americans seemed to latch onto, and Rei was the character the more Japanese people latched onto. So that kind of tracks, I think, where the like more aggressive, hot-headed, kind of vulgar one is like Kodaka was probably trying to create a character that was unlikable to his Japanese sensibilities, because he's probably more of a, he probably expects people to be more a Rei fan than an Asuka fan. To be honest, I think the most impressive character in this series is probably Junko, because she's written in such a way that you really do hate her, but she's also wildly entertaining to witness.
Jeez. Bitch! Ah, jeez!
Dang, what is with all this tit talk, man?
What did I do? Actually,
Huh. Amazing.
that's terrible.
Okay.
I can't believe it.
Hooray. Oh, I actually thought that was adding some kind of like bonus music thing to my pad until I finished reading it. I wanna target the true. Alright, whatever. Let's see.
Remember,
Yeah.
Anyway, to go back to that anecdote about Rei and Asuka, the real answer, it never should have been Rei and Asuka to begin with. The waifu war should really be between Ritsuko and Misato. We all know it's true.
No.
Man, I could really vibe out to this investigation music. I could vibe out to it for days. Hello, one up muffin of the pipe cast. Are you here for a cross-promotional effort?
Huh?
remember.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully for a good long time, well, is anybody really having a good time anymore? We try. We try here in the zone, as I like to call it as of right now. Didn't mean to
Are
open
you
the menu
okay?
there. I was taking a drink of tea.
No.
Hey,
I'm still really, like, not seeing a world where it wasn't Shuichi that did this, and it's making me very upset inside.
Jeez.
okay.
I want to believe him. I truly do. I will try to believe in the boy for the time being.
Could it be?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You're right. Leave it to me. Okay.
Huh?
Could it be?
That is the question. And those monopads are interesting tablets, huh? They have a button there at the bot, like in landscape mode instead of portrait mode.
Are you okay?
I wonder what's going on there.
Sorry.
Shuichi really doesn't seem like the killer, I have to say, but I just don't know who else could have done it. If, unless, like I said earlier, like, whoever is, quote unquote, the mastermind could have gone. I mean, they got there and the door was closing to the, or rather, the bookcase was closing over the door. Like, surely the bookcase has to have a switch from the inside of the door.
Could it be?
Huh?
No. Remember.
Yeah. Shuichi.
Huh?
I love these two. I really do. It's gonna be such a nightmare. It's gonna be such a nightmare for Kaede if Shuichi is the culprit or the victim, really, of any of this stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That book looked like it had a different cover. So does that one. Thought those might be relevant, but I suppose not. Is it time to leave yet? Go talk to the other students?
Yeah.
That's true. That's...
No, still missing. Oh, right, I have this detective vision. Let's see. Oh, does it want me to check out the moving bookcase?
By the way,
Okay. Remember?
oh,
No. Okay.
I see.
A little suspicious. A little bit suspicious. Okay, so I think that's everything. Oh no, the vent. The vent.
Yeah.
No, still missing something, huh? I need to talk to Sarah again?
Fucking bitch! Fucking moron! That's terrible.
Oh, you know, I guess I never did talk to Shuichi. That's probably it.
Yeah.
I forgot that I never talked to him because I went right over to the body.
Is that all right?
I see.
Oh, okay. So there's no switch inside, but it does automatically close. I knew I was onto something. I would survive the killing game because I'm a genius. Oh, hey, Mex. I saw Maxim is here. He's back for more.
You're right.
Huh?
Remember? Then...
Huh?
You're right. No. Okay. No.
Damn, looking more and more like Shuichi all the time.
You're right. That's true.
Here we go. Let's, go ask our new friends which one of them is the murderer. Oh, none of those people are here. It's just this one.
Hey!
Hey. Huh?
Because you don't know?
But
I really don't know why they didn't go with ultimate babysitter for her. I can't take ultimate child caregiver seriously. I also really wish they had stuck with super high school level. That's so much better.
I don't understand.
What made him think that Angie and Himiko would be good in a fight? The other ones I kind of get.
I see.
Okay, fair enough.
Huh?
This is stupid.
Well, he looked at you and was like, oh, fair enough. I think he looked at you, Maki, and thought,
but
I
or,
don't know.
yeah, Maki. I think he looked at you, Maki, and thought, this bitch cold. Ain't nothing this bitch ain't willing to do.
That's true.
Tenko wants to hit, you know, not hit, but like, Tenko wants to smash Kaede so bad.
Nope.
Inde, you can just read it in every one of her lines.
Huh?
Ew. Like I'd know.
That is a little suspicious of Gonta, but I don't want it to be him. That'd be so depressing. Guess I really don't want it to be any of these people. Oh, you're asking me to pick between those two?
Shuichi?
could it be?
Yeah.
Wait! Come on, man.
No.
No way!
Hey.
Ah.
Nah.
Yeah?
Huh?
You know?
Bugs are.
I
Huh?
gotta be honest, dude. I think I'd rather be Shuichi at this point. I love this guy.
Honest.
I see.
But you know,
Huh? With my magic.
Huh?
Jeez.
Is that all right?
Himiko is a nightmare.
Gonta. Honest.
whoa!
I trust Gonto with my life. I'd rather it be Himiko.
That's true.
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, they're speakers. Okay, got it.
Gonta.
Ah, jeez.
Honest.
Why?
Poor guy.
No.
Eh? What a pain. Got it? It's impossible.
Jeez.
Himiko's kind of useless. Just an utterly useless character.
Damn.
Hey,
Huh? Ah. Cool. Got it.
yeah.
Then
Got it.
Hey,
So,
okay.
I doubt it because she can't actually do magic. She's just a fraud.
you know, ah,
yeah.
so,
Yeah. Gonto was just in here watching ants, dude. And like a bug's life.
Okay.
Yeah.
got it. But you know,
I see.
Hey.
that's right. Jeez. Come on, man.
No.
Dumbass.
Huh?
Listen up. Got it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Gonta. Gonta! Honest! Why?
You don't need more about Gonta's alibi than that. I kind of thought it might have something to do with the case, because maybe if there was a bug video in there, Gonta would be validated, vindicated.
No. Okay.
Oh, please, God, no. God, no. Please, no. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Now I'm even more convinced that this is a Human Centipede 2 situation.
That's...
Huh?
Really?
Hey man, this is obviously set in the future. Duh.
What happened?
That's wrong.
Wait!
Ah, jeez. Right?
Sorry.
Wow. What a...
Remember,
It's set in an alternate timeline future. A better future. Where there's no UDG2. And, yeah, I don't know.
remember.
I just don't know how we're gonna verify his alibi if I do not have any way to, like, see this bug. Maybe, oh, maybe there's another video rack. Maybe there's something over there. Oh, hey, there we go. Sort of. Can you talk to him again?
Gonta! Honest! Why?
No, I guess I didn't. I kind of always expect the door to be the, like, the leaving thing.
You're right.
I didn't realize this was a different door.
Yeah. Huh?
No.
That's right.
Gonta never do that? Okay.
Huh?
No. Is that all right?
Hmm.
Wait!
Okay?
She's right. They never have anything
What's the
important to
matter?
say.
No. I knew it. That's...
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Aw. Yeah.
I got a distinct feeling those pictures are not going to be the smoking gun that everybody seems to think they will be. Oh, well, that's convenient, I guess.
That's right.
Nah.
Hey. No.
Huh?
Degenerate male. Huh? Listen up. I see.
Okay.
Degenerate males.
No.
So that means Angie's got to be around here somewhere, right? I mean, okay. She looks like she's having a blast.
Hey,
Having the time of her life.
Amen.
Hey!
It'll be okay. Amen.
Worthless. What do you have to say for yourself, buddy?
jeez.
Was it?
Hey,
Right? Is that alright? Oh.
huh?
Why? Huh? Because... Shit.
Stop it.
Anyway, that's wrong. How exciting!
I like this music a lot. I just kind of wish there was time to vibe. Oh, not again. I think I hit everything I wanted to down here so far, yeah. I did try those. Will it let me go up the stairs? No. So... maybe? Is that considered like necessary to move on? Oops. Because it let me leave the rooms. Do you have something new to say to me, boy? Anything of merit? It won't let me go outside. Meant to try it over there. Found it.
Yeah.
You're right. I see. No.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
By the way.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. I'll commit that to my memory bank. Thank you very much.
Kind of feel bad for Kibo hanging out in here with this fucking creepazoid, dude. This guy, I like him, but he's weirdo.
Huh?
You see. Well. Ah, yes.
Definitely mashed through that too fast on accident. Oh, ouch, dude. Come on.
Do you understand? Hey! Yes.
It's so depressing.
Yeah.
So we gotta go back to the library. So is that... Can we, Oh, it's not time to leave yet. I have to figure out something in here, huh? Come on, give me the thing. Oh, God, it's so jerky. There we go. Oh, and nothing. Alright, let's see what's on the blackboard. Oh, but there's stuff there. What? Wait, can you not see that when you're on? Oh yeah, you can. Okay, that's funny.
Is that alright?
Huh. Let's try talking to Kibo again? Oh, god damn it. That was not Kibo, really. There we go.
Hey.
Oh, I see. He didn't,
Well.
I didn't get his alibi out of him, I guess.
Huh?
No. Of course.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Huh?
No.
I see.
So Sumigi is at the scene of the crime, and I think that's who they want me to go talk to. Not you, Tenko. Cool your jets. Front and center. Mio's still over there doing nothing.
Hey. Got it?
Jeez, Kaede, what the hell?
Ugh.
I understand. Oh.
Haha!
That's wrong.
Shuichi,
Oh, Jesus.
what's wrong? You know?
This fucking series is just filthy.
That's impossible. You can't. Huh? I guess. Kinda weird.
Man, are they about to show me something I don't need to be seeing?
Hey now. Hey. Huh? Huh? Right? Huh?
Why wouldn't you just go back to my dorm room?
Yeah. Huh? Hi, I'm Kaede Akamatsu.
What is...
This isn't cosplay of the spiky-headed underling of a certain space emperor. This is cospox, an allergic reaction that happens when I dress up as real people. This is the price for my power, the equivalent exchange for my cosplay. Okay, I get it. Change out of my clothes already.
The Cospox? Yeah, Shuichi, don't worry. She ain't lying, bro.
What happened?
Yeah. You're right.
What an unbelievable thing.
Right?
What a ridiculous...
Huh?
Oh god, is it already trial time?
You bastards!
Not that.
Oh, okay.
So long, farewell.
Hey.
Ah,
Cospox is fucking stupid. But I think it's funny. It's a good meme.
wait!
Jeez.
Rise and shine, Earthsign.
Rise and shine, Earthsign. We're here to fucking ruin your day.
We're intruding!
Oh.
What are you saying?
All that remains of a once powerful
Ah, jeez.
threshold of an amazing adventure.
Are they brother and sister? Like,
Dumbass!
He is all that remains
Mono Kid over here like ASL.
You're on the threshold of
So long, farewell.
Yeah.
Show me the pictures. Give them to me.
Right?
All right.
Just do it, Kaide. Take out the images.
Ah.
But of course.
Is this? Yeah. It seems as if.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Huh?
ah,
Hey.
That is correct. Yeah.
I knew it.
Okay.
See. If so,
Yeah. Huh?
sorry.
No. Why? Hey. Yeah.
Could it be?
I see. Do you understand?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
If so, By the way,
I don't get it. It seems as if.
however,
I knew it.
Why? You bastards!
What's there to deduce? There's nothing in them.
don't screw around.
Huh?
I'm disappointed.
No.
By the way,
I do not agree.
well, okay. Oh man, you okay?
There's just no way it was gonna be that easy. Oh boy, is this it?
All right. It's time for
Oh
what you've all
God.
been waiting.
Okay.
Please assemble in front of the Shrine of Judgment in the courtyard.
Oh.
Remember that red door surrounded by plants? From there, you'll be escorted to a delightful class tribe.
God, it's been a long time, fam. Been a long time since your boy went to the class
That is
trials.
correct. What a pain. No.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Got it.
Jeez.
Oh boy. I'm ready to play Evidence Bullet, the game.
Are you okay?
Sorry. Yeah. Right?
Oh dear. Oh man. Oh lordy. Oh sweet mercy. I don't know that I'm ready. Oh right, I was still thinking we were downstairs still for some reason. I forgot I like warped us to the warehouse. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no.
Hey!
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. What's the matter?
Sorry.
You know, usually going into these things, I have kind of an inkling of who to... Okay. That statue is A+. I'm not 100% sure, man.
Everyone!
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yoo-hoo! Bitch!
No.
That is troubling.
I don't know how much you like, weird anime visual novels, Muffin, but, so far, this is a good one. Man, that statue fucking rules. What a cool statue.
Huh?
This is...
I don't wanna.
I guess.
If you desire.
No.
Hey.
I'll get us out of here. Mm-hmm.
Kaito Momota, luminary of... Dumbass.
I'm ready!
Okay.
Oh, I mean, this is more of a video game than either of those, that's for sure. You played Katawa Shoujo? Jesus. Yes.
Whoa, that's super cool. It's actually an
Even so, this elevator is going pretty far down.
To be honest with you, I would say that both the main Danganronpa games are worth playing. I would even say that Ultra Despair Girls is worth playing, with the extreme caveat that, like, there's some real fucked up business in that one.
I wonder how far we
That
will plummet.
I would not recommend it to people who are, like, squeamish or whatever, or, like,
I suddenly have to go to the
are easily
bathroom real
offended by
bad.
things, because it's not like it glorifies anything terrible, but it's very clumsy about how it criticizes some stuff.
By all means, go ahead.
Of course. A robot wouldn't understand how inappropriate that is.
I would even say the DR3 anime is pretty good, even if it kind of ruins
About that talk from before.
some of the nuance of Danganronpa 2. But I'm going to talk for a minute here before continuing the text. Say what I said earlier. Danganronpa's bad. It is schlock. But it's good schlock. In that, in that, like, fun, kind of like Friday the 13th sequels kind of way. And not bad or, not even Friday the 13th. More like a Nightmare on Elm Street sequel kind of way. And not bad schlock, like the Endless Halloween sequel kind of way. If that makes any sense.
What?
It's got style. It's got some pretty good writing
I think
mixed in
everyone
with
is
a
afraid of learning the truth.
bunch of juvenile writing too that kind of like it kind of squanders whatever like good writing it has a little bit by some of the other writing being a little like pandery and weird and sometimes kind of shitty.
But the people who are willing to find the truth are the ones who can decide their fate.
But ultimately it comes out as something that's a little bit more than the sum of its parts.
You never know the lies from the truth, and you can't choose a path.
I find it kind of weird that there are a bunch of people that give it full-throated endorsements. I think that it's something that if you're going to recommend it to a relatively normal person, you have to, like, let them know what they're getting themselves into. Even more so than something like Persona, honestly.
You won't even know you're on a path. So, fight for the truth. Even
Hugh
if it is frightening.
and Mexum are both here, and they can maybe agree with or disagree with what I said. I don't know. That's my thoughts on the game, the series as a whole.
I know you can do this.
If you're looking for something a little more classy from the same developers, not the exact same team, but similar developers, same company but a similar team, is the Zero Escape games. And I've only played the first one of that, and not even all the way through the first one of that, just one of the bad routes of the first one. 999 is kind of like Danganronpa, but without a lot of the schlock.
Borrow the strength of others who will be there to help you. Think of everyone you're helping, and let that be your strength. I used to be like you. Before a piano concert, I was always so nervous that I thought I would vomit. But then I would remember all the people I've made smile with my performances.
Kaede.
All right, let's go.
Like, I don't think
It's
you
better
were...
to end bad stuff like this as soon as possible.
I don't think you were in here yet, Muffin, but the main character here was told by another girl character that she needed to calm her tits, which that's a fun expression. But then the main character clapped back at that character with like, "At least mine look nice, unlike your filthy udders," and it's dialogue and situations like that among the characters that are, teenagers. It's kind of like, whatever. Ace Attorney is a much, much classier series. If you were to play one of them, I would recommend Ace Attorney, to be honest with you. I think that Ace Attorney is a series that you can recommend to pretty much anybody. Danganronpa requires, like, a little bit of, you know, weeaboo cred. Whatever the opposite of cred is.
Why, hello there!
Yay!
Bingo!
Got it?
No way!
This is...
Oh, jeez.
Psycho Pop! You're the worst of the worst!
By the way, Maxim, did you start Squid Game? As I saw you mention that you were thinking about doing that last night.
Oh, I see. Well, now.
Hell yeah, this song, dude. Yeah! Squid Game is excellent. I thoroughly enjoyed that show. Squid Game also relatively pertinent to Danganronpa. Killing games and all that. That close up of Ryoma's face on the right over there. Yeah, let's go ahead and save. That's a good idea. Thanks, video game. I was too busy jamming out to that funky business to even think about saving. Yeah, I am ready. Okay, let's see. What do they want me to know about? Oh, right, skills. Jesus. Man, I haven't played a video game in a while. Are any of these, like, super pertinent? I do not I don't even remember the system from the other two games. Oh, it has been... Lord, dude, it's been like 7 years since I played a Danganronpa, like a mainline Danganronpa. That's really crazy to think it's been that long, but yeah, I played them when they first came out. In America, at least. That sounds useful. Psych Taxi. This ad actually sounds useful. Oh wow, okay. Good call, Hugh. I definitely would have missed that. Mass panic debates. That sounds new. I'm just trying to go with stuff that I know, that sounds like familiar. Sounds like stuff I remember from the other games. Imagination excavation. Okay, let's roll with... Oh, well, I think that was actually all of it, so... Handbook. What are we doing here? Oh, that's this. Okay, we're good. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Class trial in session.
Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial.
Oh, this UI is hot.
During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
I get what you're saying, Muffin, but the trials in Ace Attorney and Danganronpa are honestly the best parts of the game. They're actually very fun.
Oh man, I haven't been in a trial in like forever.
Oh, so you have experience with trials?
There's an intensity to them that
Yeah,
you don't get from just
since
reading.
I'm a leader of evil and stuff. I've done a lot of bad things.
So, what are we supposed to do? Where do we even start?
Gonta never done trial before. Not sure where to begin.
First, let's breathe in and breathe out. We need to remember our no-no-nos. No pushing, no running, no talking.
But communication is the foundation of any discussion.
We should not worry about our procedure, especially since this is not a normal trial. Each of us will be serving as a potential culprit, lawyer, prosecutor, and jury member. Let us proceed with that in mind, shall we?
Then might I offer the first topic?
Don't fucking get ahead of us! You trying to start some shit?
Calm down. How about we listen first?
Miyu hits different when she's voice acted, I'll tell you that.
Atua has spoken. He says it is vital that we hear everyone's testimony. I'm a good listener because my ears are clean. Once, I cleaned them so hard, they bled.
I'll begin the conversation then. There's something I found curious. Why, I wonder, didn't the culprit take advantage of the first blood perk?
I thought that was strange too.
I bet they just wanted to do a class trial real bad.
Then Monokuma's the culprit, the doi. Because this whole class trial was his idea. Oh yeah! Easy peasy! I'm a fucking genius!
Yep, that's a usable screenshot.
Wait, is it even possible for Monokuma to be the culprit?
Of course not! I would never do anything to you guys directly.
If you can get a hold of the physical version that has 1, 2, V3 and that new mini game thingy on one cartridge, so yeah, for $60, that's a pretty good value. They don't sell it as a bundle on the eShop though. You can only buy them individually, and it's more than $60 if you buy them individually.
Even if you can't, it's a different story for the person controlling you, right?
I've heard that it's already kind of difficult to find that physical copy, though. So, good luck.
Is it possible that the mastermind controlling Monokuma killed Rantaro?
Mastermind? Was that? I don't know any mastermind.
Never heard of him.
Don't play dumb with me. Who's the mastermind controlling you guys?
The mastermind, huh? Odds are, it's one of us.
It's Keyboy over here. Everyone else thinks so too.
Does everyone really think that?
Yeah.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Before we determine the mastermind, we must uncover the culprit.
Then we could start by determining the sequence of events. Let's take a closer look at the circumstances of Rantaro's death. Gonta agrees with Shuichi. After all, Shuichi is ultimate detective.
Then let us start by reviewing the incident.
I really can't get over how much she looks like 2B and is voiced by 2B's voice actress. It just hits so good. Ah, there's that familiar music. I remember that. V-point.
Rantaro's body was found just before the time limit, right?
He was killed in the library.
Rantaro was alone in the library. The culprit could have snuck up on him.
What was he even doing in the library anyway?
He was opening that moving bookcase for one reason. Because he knew about the hidden door. That means Rantaro was masterminding this whole thing!
Rantaro's body was found
Okay, well, it's time to think.
just before the time limit, right?
Hold on.
He was killed in the library.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. Monokuma file.
Rantaro was alone in the library. The culprit could have snuck up on him.
What was he even doing in the library anyway?
He was opening that moving bookcase for one reason. Because he knew about the hidden door. That means Rantaro was masterminding this whole thing!
How do I slow down again? Oh god. So what I forgot how stressful this was.
Rantaro's body was found
Monokuma found moving case.
just before the time
So
limit,
those are the only
right?
3 ones that I actually have to
He was
use
killed
here.
in the library.
Rantaro was alone in the library. The culprit could have snuck up on him.
I need to check what Ryataro's belongings say. That's probably the answer.
What was he even doing in the library anyway?
He was opening that moving bookcase for one reason. Because he knew about the hidden door. That means Rantaro was masterminding this whole thing!
Yep, okay.
No, that's wrong.
That's what I thought.
Wait a minute. I don't think Rantaro was the mastermind.
Huh? Why?
Because Rantaro didn't have the card key to open the hidden door. You'd think the mastermind would have that card key on him, right?
Perhaps the culprit took the card key after killing Rantaro.
But none of the pictures show Rantaro holding the card key. So I don't really think he had the key at all.
Also, if the mastermind had died there, this killing game would have already ended. You are correct. The possibility of him being the mastermind is quite low.
Then how Rantaro know about Hidden Door?
Maybe he stumbled across it in the library. You know, like how Shuichi did?
Or maybe the mastermind told him about it.
What? Why would the mastermind tell him that?
To lure Rantaro to the library and kill him.
Does that mean the culprit and the mastermind are one and the same?
That does seem plausible. It's very likely the mastermind knew
I can't wait
about
for this
Kaede
song
and
to actually
Shuichi's
start.
trap.
The mastermind knew about our trap this whole time?
This case may have become the perfect crime thanks to your hidden cameras. The mastermind knew about your trap and exploited it to commit their crime.
There it is.
So after the mastermind lured Rantaro and murdered his ass, they used Kaede and Puichi's hidden cameras to arrange the perfect crime.
Kaede and Puichi.
Did they really take advantage of our trap, though?
Is this really the perfect crime? Are we in an unsolvable mystery?
I guess this is a dead end.
Wait, don't give up that easily. We already know the culprit is the master. We gotta work together to find the mastermind. Then we can end this killing game.
You yap about teamwork and all that, but you still think one of us is the mastermind.
Yes, and I know that's a horrible thought. But that's why I want to end all the terrible things happening to us.
That's not a horrible thought. Miyu is a horrible thought. Am I right, boy?
I'll defeat the mastermind and end this dumb killing game. I'll even use this class trial to do that.
Let's go, Kaede.
Wow, looks like you're determined to face even a cold, hard truth. Then here it comes! The cold, hard truth.
Huh?
I already figured out who killed Rantaro.
Oh boy.
What?
Why are you surprised?
Cause if he's right, that would make this the fastest class trial to date!
Yeah.
How fast was the previous record anyway?
Real fast, let me tell you.
He was like a leaf on the wind.
Oh yeah, I guess now he's won with the wind.
Yeah, I think about him this time of year too.
The way he soared through the enemy fleet, all badass! Just to die like a little pun.
Shut it, you weirdos! This is an important conversation! Kokichi, are you serious about knowing who the culprit is?
Yup. So, we all agree that the culprit knew about Kaede and Shuichi's trap.
No shit! That's why they're not in any of the pictures. So who is it?
So whoever knew about the hidden cameras is the culprit.
So who the hell is it?
It's you!
What?
You made the cameras used for the trap, right? Obviously, whoever made the cameras knew about the blind spots.
Before breakfast was the only time someone would be able to sneak by.
What the hell brought this on all of a sudden?
That's clever logic. Hard to argue with it.
Just designed the cameras. I didn't know they'd get set up in the library.
If someone asked me to make cameras, I'd totally ask what they were for.
How come you never asked what the cameras were for? Huh? Huh? I pulled an all-nighter making them, and afterward just sort of passed out.
You're getting awfully worked up. Look at you. You're sweating.
I'm always wet. I'm just feeling extra sensitive, like these big boobs of mine.
Like I said, schlock.
For someone so aggressive, you're kind of a wimp, huh, Mew?
Come on! Let me off the hook already. Do you want money? Is that it?
Your pathetic
She
excuses
also
are
said-
consistent with those of a common male criminal.
She also said I'm wet all the time.
Why don't you just admit it already?
Okay, before we do this, I need to look at it. So, card reader dust was not messed up. Koriko's account. Mew was in the middle of building. No, where'd it go? This is what. Okay, right stick. During the body discovery announcement, Mew and okay, she was in the dining hall when they found the body. Okay.
You're the culprit, aren't you, Mew?
Oh no.
No way! That's not possible!
So
This
you
is
knew nothing
probably
about the
what I'm
trap
gonna
in the
need.
library?
I'm telling you, I had no idea! Not like it matters. Because I never went to the library, okay?
Oh, I missed.
The person who made the
The
cameras
f- what?
would have known their blind spots too.
Yeah, well, I didn't make the cameras either!
Well, that's just a lie. I can't believe I missed.
Why don't you just admit it already?
Is there a way
You're the
to?
culprit, aren't you, Mew?
Oh, that's the slowdown. Is there a way to?
No way! That's not possible!
So you knew nothing about the trap in the library?
I'm telling you, I had no idea! Not like it matters. Because I never went to the library. I agree with that.
Miyu right next to Kaede with the big words.
I don't think
consent.
Mew went to the basement either. Right, Kyo?
Of course she didn't. Mio was in the dining hall during the murder. I saw her there while dining on what I thought would be my last supper.
The pasta on the menu tastes like a lonely old lady eating her grandkid's birthday cake.
Don't feel bad for her. She got to eat her tasty grandkid on his birthday.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, it did seem eminently memeable, Cafecito. I'm not surprised.
That's too sad to make sense!
That's pops for you.
Right now, you're on the threshold.
So there you have it. Mew's alibi.
And slug? Why didn't you say so earlier?
The meme is the picture of Kaede and Miyu up there with the big word consent in between them.
Good job, Kaede. Guess I shouldn't have judged you by your lackluster rack.
What Gilgamesh level condescension? But which Grail war are you from?
Wow, another reference we don't get. You must be a hardcore loser.
That's another useful screenshot.
Oh, sorry. Sometimes my hobbies just sort of slip in.
Hey, don't be acting all cocky, Kokichi. You put my ass in the hot seat earlier. How about you just keep your fucking mouth shut, you lying little abortion?
Hell yeah.
That was really uncalled for. I only said that to find the culprit. You're so mean! Hey, I feel a lot better now.
Cool your jets, kid.
Tsumugi and Kirumi were both in the dining hall as well.
We can dismiss those four as potential culprits if they were together the entire time.
No, not the entire time. At one point, Tsumugi went to the restroom.
Oh, so you brought that up after all. It's true. I went to the restroom closest to the dining hall.
Oh? Did I hear that right? The restroom, you say? Excellent! I was waiting for this moment. I'm getting so excited right now! Ew! Why?
Did you take a firm dump, or was it a soft one?
Again, like I said,
Are you assuming she was dropping a deuce in there?
schlock.
But I really did just go to the restroom, not the basement, you know?
And it has no... I think what
Also, I don't think I was there long enough to be suspicious, right?
I think what I do appreciate and respect about Danganronpa is it wears that schlock like a badge, proudly on its
You're the
chest.
ultimate cosplayer, though. You could have just disguised yourself as someone else while you were out.
Disguised? No, I don't do disguises.
I don't think that's possible, and I know the reason why.
I get it.
Tsumugi can only cosplay as fictional characters.
That's what cosplay is supposed to be in the first place. Lately, some people prefer to cosplay as non-fictional characters, which is unforgivable. It's so unforgivable that I break out in Cosbox if I even attempt it.
Yeah, the Coscox was pretty gross.
I see. If that's the case, then there's no way you could have been in disguise. Sorry about that, Tsumugi. I just thought it was something to check.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm not bothered by it at all.
Aw, Tsumugi is so nice. She's way better than Mew.
Well, fuck you too! Getting back on topic, we now have alibis for the people in the dining hall. So we know that Kirumi, Tsumugi, Mew, and Kyo can't be the culprit.
Congratulations to the four of you. You can all leave now.
Huh? Can they?
So what about the swines who went to the basement? They're all suspicious, right?
Which of us went to the basement?
Well, when Shuichi and I were on lookout, we saw... Kaito, Gonta, Maki, Tenko, Himiko, Angie, and Rantaro. So 7 people in total.
So the culprit is among those 7?
But of course.
Why are you laughing? That includes you too!
Why not torture the truth out of them? It would be the quickest method.
Wait! Please! No torture! My tolerance for pain is actually really, really low. I'll tell you everything! Anything! Just please don't hurt me! Please just tell us what happened.
If the culprit is among that group, then wouldn't Maki be the most suspicious? Just look at her. She can definitely kill someone.
This guy likes to throw out accusations pretty flippantly.
Being so stupid. The culprit could easily be anyone, like Kaito.
What are you talking about? There's no way I'm the culprit!
Who's the culprit? Who?
Gonta is gentleman. Gentlemen not hurt people.
It's not me either. Murder sounds like way too much work.
I would believe it's not her based on that statement alone.
Who's the culprit, for fuck's sake? We need to calm down. If everyone talks all at once, then we can't discuss anything.
It's alright, Coyote. We just need to listen to everyone's statements. You can do this, right?
I only went because I was invited. Why don't you ask the shady guy who invited me?
What? You mean me? But I just said it wasn't me!
Don't thrust the blame on me! You degenerate males and your thrusting! Ugh.
Not a
Schlock.
bad girl, really. If you don't believe me, ask my mommy. Really? I have an alibi! I'm the culprit too.
Oh no, all three people are talking at once. Okay, hold on. I just need to check Maki's account. They were in the game room, and he went to the AV room.
I would never punch a folk with a
Abdullah is always watching in the basement.
A true Aikido master
What?
would never do
Are
something
you
so
talking about
dishonorable.
me? We were having a strategy meeting together, remember? Rentaro's the only one who left in the middle of it.
Robot? Like Kibo?
None of us there
Ah,
could have killed
too
him.
slow. Damn. Is there a way to speed up the messages?
All through my innocence to you guys.
A little bit suspicious.
I would never punch a folk with a
Abdullah, the guy who wanted us all in the basement.
A true Aikido master
What?
would never do something
Are you
so
talking about
dishonorable.
me? We were having a strategy meeting together, remember? Rentaro's the only one who left in the middle of it.
Robot? Like Kibo?
None of us there could have killed him.
I hear it.
I'll try to figure out the button eventually.
Wait a minute, Kaito. Wasn't there someone else who disappeared other than Rent? That idiot already forgot. Gonta also left during the strategy meeting.
Yeah, he locked himself up in the AV room and... Hey, wait a sec! Idiot!
Is that right, Gonta?
Yes! Gonta watched Bug Movie to fill Gonta with fight, so Gonta can fight Monokuma.
Were you trying to imagine yourself as a huge mantis with swords for hands?
Yeah.
Oh, come on! How is looking at bugs supposed to put you in a fighting mood?
Ah, terrible idea. Like putting ketchup on a hot dog.
Hey, I actually agree with that. I don't like ketchup on hot dogs.
But why did you lock the door?
'Cause Gonta need focus. Everyone suspect Gonta? What?
Because you don't have an alibi.
Oh, Gonta just need alibi? Okay, Gonta will get alibi. Just tell Gonta where to find it.
The way this debate is going, this will be difficult to refute.
What will you do? Without an alibi, we'll all choose you.
Gonta, please understand that in order to reveal the truth, you must also participate.
But Gonta not sure where to start.
You just have to tell everyone why you couldn't have done it.
If you're not the culprit and we all vote for you, then we're dead too. Our lives are riding on your word. You got this.
Ryoma's
Okay, Gonta will try.
Ryoma's a
for
fucking real one.
everyone's sake.
I really do like him.
Fight, Gonta! Fight! Fight! Fight!
Angie
Out, you fucking bobblehead!
is a psycho.
Gonta, not culprit! Cause to leave AV room, Gonta must walk through game room where friends are. To even reach hallway.
If you can't get to the hallway, you can't go to the library.
AV room's got more than one entrance, though. There should have been a door facing the hallway, too.
The sliding door across from the rear entrance, correct?
With that sliding door, you can quickly go in and out of the library.
Then he got past the camera somehow and killed Rantaro. Well, that's settled. Let's go home.
Is not settled? Gonta, not culprit! Gonta, not culprit! Cause to leave AV room, Gonta must walk through game room where friends are. To even reach.
Oh, hold on, yeah, let me see. Fast forward, there it is.
AV room's got more than one entrance, though.
Should have been a door facing
The hallway, too. The sliding door across from the rear entrance, correct?
With that sliding door,
So this is an agree? Yeah, it's an agree.
no, that's wrong.
Or no, it's a counter, okay. I guess she's gonna be like, oh, it's a broken door, you can barely put your arm
It's
through
not
it or whatever.
possible to use the sliding. You saying I'm wrong? You got a lot of ass to be contradicting me.
I've never heard that phrase before, but I like that.
Did you mean to say sass? I think you left out an S.
Nah, I like it the way she said it.
The sliding door always jams. You're only able to open it a crack. The only part of your body that will be able to go through is your arm.
And there was no indication of the door being forced. There was dust on the track.
In other words, the chance they came out the sliding door is 0.
I see. So I made a mistake. How rare.
Although, Gonta's pretty strong. What if he threw that shot put ball all the way from that door into the library and hit the dude in the back of the head?
It's not that rare for you to make a mistake. Your entire existence is a mistake.
Damn, son.
Vicious little.
If Gonta couldn't use the sliding door, then in order to get to the library...
He'd have to go through the game room, but I didn't see him at all.
See? Gonta tell you he not culprit.
No, we cannot confirm that just yet.
Huh?
My apologies, Gonta. I do not mean to put you on the spot like this, but... because I promised to do my best, I will fulfill that responsibility. Are you saying Gonta could still be the culprit? There is the possibility that Gonta killed Rantaro from the AV room.
From the AV room? How?
Oh! I didn't know that was a possibility.
Not only could he have killed Rantaro from the AV room, but also... he would not appear in any of the pictures from the cameras placed in the library.
Whoa! Perfect! But wait, then how did Gonta kill him? Well, it's obvious to this glamorous girl genius. But maybe explain for these dimwits.
First, I will explain the layouts of both the AV room and the library. The sliding door in the AV room faces the rear door of the library. Because of this, it is possible for Gonta to have killed Rantaro while he was in the AV room.
Did I just like figure out what? Did I?
In order for the murder to take place, the rear door of the library must be opened.
Well, I'm not saying I figured out the actual answer because we obviously don't know yet. But did I just figure out what the maid was going to suggest, like, literally 10 seconds before she suggested
The
it?
AV room sliding door doesn't open, so you can't get it.
If you cannot enter the hallway, how would you open the rear door to the library?
Although you cannot fit your whole body through the sliding door, an arm would suffice. It would be possible if you used a particular item in the AV room.
Oh, it's the speaker, isn't it? Not the sound.
Shoot!
I thought maybe put the speaker through the door. I don't see anything in this, like, image, though. Oh, the screen. Got it. Okay.
I get it! Is it the projector screen?
I forgot he said
That
that.
is correct. You can make a long pull if you roll up the screen. It would be possible to reach the library door with it. If you use the rolled up screen to reach the library's rear door, then you can open it. The screen itself is quite heavy, but that would not have been a problem for Gonta.
The muffin said the projector, not the screen.
Yeah, no problem for Gonta.
Oh my, how honest. If you open the library door, the camera would take your picture.
Actually, the camera wouldn't be triggered just by opening the door.
Shuichi and Kaede's pictures were like that as well. The shutter only went off once someone set foot into the room.
Okay, so it was possible to open the library door, but where does that get us? Gonta still couldn't have gotten from the AV room to the library.
Gonta did not enter the library. He killed Rantaro when he was still in the AV room. So does that mean Gonta threw the shot put ball?
Wait! Wait, I say! Why would anyone do something so crazy like throw a... Wait! That's actually not crazy at all! Throwing a shot put ball is totally normal!
That face, man, I love it.
Yes, the act of throwing a shot put ball could lead one to use it as a weapon.
Even if a person couldn't fit through the space, a shot put ball certainly would.
Rantaro's body was across from the AV room sliding door as well. As long as the rear door of the library was open, he would have been able to hit the victim.
That's quite the distance, though.
And that shot put ball was pretty heavy.
Wouldn't be a problem for your
Did you
boy,
forget
though.
already? Gonta easily picked up the heavy manhole cover. It would definitely be feasible for him to throw a shot put ball at his target.
Yup, a walking, talking Roomba can't compare to a mighty beast like Gonta.
That Roomba remark is probably not about me, as I have a variety of custodial functions.
Well, Gonta, can you throw a shot put ball from that distance?
Yes, probably.
You're too honest, Gonta. You're so cool, Gonta. You could be the ultimate shot putter.
Well, I've heard enough. Gonta's the culprit.
Wait! Gonta never hurt anyone! Not even insect!
Yeah, I don't
Gonta
know.
telling truth! Gentlemen never tell lies!
Well, there you have it. What do you guys think?
I would like to believe him, but without evidence, we cannot.
So we agree, Gonta's the...
Just need to check these real quick. We have Ebo's account. Okay. Okay.
culprit!
Gonta not culprit! Honest!
Typical degenerate male excuse. Rantaro's corpse and the AV room door do line up with one another.
And what's in the Monokuma file? Okay, so it's probably going to be something related to the time of death, if I had to guess.
There are no obstacles in the way. If one
Oh, or
opened
maybe
back
the
door of
obstacles.
library,
One could throw a shot and strike true.
Yeah, hold on. Let's look at the moving bookcase real quick and see what that entails. If you lose the trial, it's a game over for the video game. But in universe, if you pick the wrong, so if you pick the right person, if you pick the correct murderer or the culprit, you pick the correct culprit, they get executed, and you go back to your killing game life until 2 people remain. If you pick the wrong person in a class trial in universe, they execute everybody except the real culprit, and the real culprit gets to leave, is the concept. Okay, so it's actually going to be that the bookcase is an
No
obstacle.
way the average person could make that shot. But with superhuman strength like Gonta's, it's a different story.
Afterward, to close the back door to the library, he would have used the rolled-up projector screen again.
See? That's all there is to it.
So we agree, Gonta's the culprit!
Culprit!
door do line up with one another. There are no obstacles.
No, that's wrong!
It would have been impossible for Gonta to have thrown that shot because there was an obstacle between Rantaro and Gonta. Obstacle.
The moving bookcase. When Rantaro was killed, it should have been open.
Yup, that's our evidence. The bookcase door was open when he was killed.
I guess that one?
I get it.
Yeah, okay. That's what I figured. I didn't expect to have to
It's in
present
this
more
picture.
there.
Here-
I thought everybody would just remember.
These two pictures were taken by the camera facing the moving bookcase.
These photos were taken moments before Rantaro was killed.
The bookcase door is completely open here, and then it closes automatically. So by the time we entered the library, the door had already closed its...
Sorry if I cut a line off.
Before
I'm trying.
Rantaro was killed, the bookcase door was open.
I'm trying to let the voice acted lines actually play, even if I read them.
Even if
before
Gonta
they
did throw
finish.
the shot, it would have hit the bookcase instead.
I see. Well, that pretty much shuts the book on that theory then.
If that's true, then there's no possibility that Gonta is the culprit.
What? Why are you making this so complicated? Just be the culprit already.
Sorry.
I don't think you need to apologize.
The sorry.
Yeah, that's right. A man shouldn't apologize so easily.
I should be the one to apologize. I am sorry for accusing you, Gonta.
No, Gonta understand. Cause we gotta find culprit.
Well said! For a degenerate male, you're actually pretty reasonable.
For a degenerate male.
Ugh, I hate this sentimental crap.
Why's that? It's nice when everyone gets along like this.
Are you stupid or something? I can't stand people having a good time.
I love Monokuma.
He's too evil to feel ashamed for being evil.
We could learn a lot from him.
Don't mind me. I'm not actually taking notes. I'm placing bets on racehorses.
Nah.
I'm jonesing for a leaf. I need a raccoon tail to chase my dragon.
It's good
Thanks,
that
bro.
Gonta's in the clear,
Talk to
but
you
don't
later.
break out the confetti just yet. We're out of suspects now. On top of that, we still don't even know how Rantaro died.
So we only know what the weapon is? How are we supposed to find the mastermind with that?
We know the murder weapon is the shot put ball. But where did the culprit get it?
I think it was from the warehouse. I saw track and field equipment there.
Then anyone would have been able to obtain it. We need more information. What's wrong, Shuichi?
Huh? It's nothing.
Ah! How do we find this darn culprit now?
Hey, culprit! Quit hiding! Just be a man and fess up already!
Wow, I can't believe that the goth girl herself is here in chat.
We don't even know if they're a guy or not, though, right? Or if they're even human.
You see that, Maxim? I'm so good at streaming. I got the real life Celestia Ludenberg to come here. Even though maybe it's the ghost of Celestia Ludenberg, I don't know.
Are you referring to me?
Don't worry, you guys. We're one step closer to the truth, so don't give up. Try to remember what happened. We can find more clues left by the mastermind.
Clues? What kind of clues?
Like, if Rantaro was deceived by the mastermind and went to the library, maybe somebody saw Rantaro having a suspicious conversation with someone. It would be a good idea to figure out who knew about our trap. Either way, anything you guys remember might be able to help with the case.
Yes! But are you sure the culprit is also the mastermind?
Huh? Yeah, I think so. Why?
Then what Tua just told me about how the culprit entered the library is correct! Huh? I didn't hear anything.
The gods are not talking to you, Himiko. You are
That's right.
a
Only I
weirdo.
can hear the voice of Atua. Then I will speak on Atua's behalf, as his prophet. If the culprit is the mastermind, they could have entered the library while avoiding the cameras.
Are you serious? There's a way to do that?
Super serious, brother.
Atua sounds like a shady weirdo.
What a rude thing to say about someone's god. Truly, truly blasphemous.
I should continue explaining on his behalf. Yah-ha-ha-ha! Only Atua knows the truth behind this incident!
I just don't know if this counts. Like,
The culprit was hiding in the library the whole time, before Kaede and Shuichi even placed the cameras.
Where would they have...
what?
Inside the hidden door!
So you're saying the culprit
Oh,
was lying in wait there?
If that's true, the suspects
Probably gonna be the
are
card
those who
reader
were
dust.
alone at the time of the incident.
The only ones who didn't go to the dining hall or basement are...
Kokichi and Kibo and Ryoma, right?
I knew the culprit was a male!
Yah-ha-ha! Behold Atua's divine logic!
I love that. That's pretty good.
The culprit was hiding in the library the whole time, before Kaede and Shuichi even placed the cameras.
Where would they have hidden?
Inside the hidden door!
No, that's wrong! Wait a minute, Angie. I don't think it was...
What? You dare challenge Atua?
I don't think the hidden door was ever used.
Atua don't know about that dust trap. That's a Shuichi. That's a Shuichi original. A real weird way to
While
handle it.
investigating the mastermind, I placed dust on the card reader. If anyone swiped their card key, the dust would have fallen.
We already confirmed during the investigation that there was no dust on the floor. The bookcase hadn't been opened, so I doubt anyone was hiding in there.
The fog has lifted. You still got a...
Huh?
Has the
What do you
fog
mean?
lifted? What do you mean, sir?
Been in the library before the cameras were even set. You won't be able to prove anything with weak reasoning like that.
Oh god, I remember this.
Even if we rule out the hidden door, the library's got no shortage of hiding spots. There's piles of books all over. Since the culprit was there before the cameras were placed, they could have been hiding there, you know. They took out Rantaro, then took off.
But if the culprit killed him and ran away, wouldn't they have been caught on camera?
Not if they went back into hiding. Right. Then, once everyone's gathered around the body, all they gotta do is act like they just ran in. We join everyone and we'd be none the wiser. Not if they went back into hiding. Right after killing Rantaro. Then, once everyone's gathered around the body, all they gotta do is act like they just ran in. We join everyone and we'd be none the wiser.
No, God, I need to change blades. I wasn't thinking about how to do that. Damn it.
Not if they went back into hiding. Right after killing Rantaro. Then, once everyone's gathered around the body, all they gotta do is act like they just ran in. We join everyone and we'd be none the wiser.
There we go.
I'll cut your words!
I don't remember that controlling that well. Hello, Koichi.
Him inside the
Or
library?
Kokichi, rather.
That doesn't seem possible, though.
Let's hear it then. What's your...
If you take a look at the 3 pictures from the camera we placed near the front door,
Kokichi, you're a good character. I like you. I really hope that you're not a murderer.
this is when Shuichi and I met up with
Even though
Kaito
you're
and
awfully
Tenko, and then
sus.
rushed in.
Extremely sus.
This one shows the other 4 people running in after they heard Tenko scream. And finally, everyone else coming in after hearing the body discovery announcement. You can clearly see everyone entering the library in these pictures. It wouldn't make sense if there was someone hiding in the library the whole time.
Well, that does cover everyone now, doesn't it? I guess the one who still has a ways to go is me.
Don't worry about it. It's better to think about each possibility anyway. Right, Shuichi?
Yes.
So the real question is how the culprit entered and exited the library.
We cannot continue until we address that problem first.
It's quite the mystery. How did the killer avoid being caught by the cameras?
Almost like they were invisible.
Things are looking a lot like
It
Shuichi.
wasn't me. My magic can only make you half invisible. Your upper half, to be specific.
That's kind of a half-baked invisibility spell, isn't it?
But both doors to library had hidden cameras on them.
How about the vent in the library? Maybe they came in through there. But Shuichi and I were on lookout in the classroom with the connecting vent.
The culprit waited until Kaede and Shuichi weren't looking, then turned invisible.
Himiko is really gung-ho about her invisible culprit theory.
Yep, and she's just totally
Yeah,
useless
no.
because of it.
There's no way someone snuck into the library through the vent.
Oh, I guess not. Is it the library vent? Okay. Oh no, it's the book pile, isn't it? Where there's stacked books. That's why. Okay.
I get it.
Duh. Now I'm thinking with
When I
brain.
set the cameras, I also stacked some books in front of the vent. If someone did crawl in and out from the vent, the books would have collapsed. While we were investigating, they were still neatly stacked the way I placed them.
Maybe they put the books back when they left the room.
That would be quite difficult to achieve on such a narrow bookcase.
If we've ruled out the vent and doors, then how'd the culprits get in and out of the library? Maybe divine intervention?
Gonta no can think of any other way to enter.
Eureka! I know how the culprit got in the library. The front door!
Have you been paying attention? The camera would have taken their picture.
Not if the culprit timed their movements around the camera intervals.
Huh? Interval? What is that?
Basically, the culprit knew about the cameras and their intervals. So they snuck into the library between camera shots to avoid appearing in the photos. I know! Beauty and brains! Why? It's just not fair.
Mew, what's this interval you're talking about?
Huh? Oh, now you're asking me. After the shutter snaps, the camera can't take a new photo for 30 seconds. Because I redesigned the cameras to auto-roll the film instead of having to do it manually.
That's the first time I'm hearing about this. Why didn't you tell us from the start?
But I told your little beta boy toy after I gave you the remodeled cameras.
Little beta boy toy.
What?
Oh my god, it was
Shuichi?
There's no way it's not him, man.
Sorry. I guess I forgot to tell you.
How could you forget to tell me?
I didn't think it would affect the plan. I didn't realize it would matter.
Oh god.
I guess I just
damn
forgot
it.
to mention it. I'm really sorry. I forgot. What a pitiful excuse.
Yeah, that's pretty much a lie.
No, it's not a lie. He probably just forgot. There was so much going on at the time. It's only natural to forget, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Kaede.
Let's put that aside for now and talk about the camera intervals.
Each interval lasted for 30 seconds, correct, Mew?
Yeah, sure. I'll explain it again to you mushheads.
Oh god.
3 cameras that Kaidiot and Fuichi place go off when they pick up movement. From there, it takes 30 seconds for the film to auto-roll to the next photo.
So, for 30 seconds, anyone could have entered the library without their photo being taken?
That may have been enough time to kill Rantaro and exit the library.
It's definitely enough time.
Yeah,
You just
Kaide
gotta
is
move at lightning speed.
definitely huffing some weapons grade copium right now. There is no way.
Then there's no doubt the culprit made use of the camera's intervals.
It made so much
That means
sense.
the culprit was Mew all along, since she knew about the intervals.
It made so much sense for it to be him from the beginning.
Don't be an asshole. I have an alibi. Remember the dining hall?
Oh, yeah. Well, who else knew about the intervals? Now, who was it again?
Shuichi.
Well then, does this mean that he is the culprit we have been seeking?
Shuichi.
Hey, what gives, Shuichi?
Shuichi would never do that, right?
You had better speak soon. Your silence only damns you further.
Fess up already! Did you kill Rantaro?
Hey, Shuichi,
Don't tell me you're gonna plead the fifth now.
Oh man, this is getting good! Entertain me, peasants!
Oh man. You best start believing, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus. What a nightmare. What a fucking nightmare. I mean, I feel like I called it from the beginning, but I don't want to think about that.
Well now. Yeah? Huh? Now then.
Oh, we live in a nightmare. I knew it was gonna be him. This sucks so bad.
I feel like we're getting close to the gory part.
I don't know who the culprit is, but I'm not paying attention, so it's okay.
Yeah, but there's one thing we do know. The line between victim and attacker ain't as clear as you might think.
I suppose that's one lesson we can take away from this case.
I cut off the leg before the poison spread. By spring, flowers will grow from the stump.
What is wrong with Mono Kid? Aside from everything.
Say something already.
Your tongue-tied silence speaks volumes. I fucking knew you were the culprit.
Wait just a minute! None of that is possible! Shuichi was with me the whole time we were on lookout. When are you suggesting Shuichi killed Rantaro?
When he left the classroom and you were sweeping the floor, idiot.
Were you really together the whole time?
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm asking if you two were on lookout together the whole time.
Well, I guess we weren't together the whole time.
So that's when Shuichi went to kill Rantaro!
No! Shuichi wouldn't kill anyone!
Don't become emotional. We must seek the truth in a calm and logical manner, or all our lives will be lost here.
I'm not being emotional here. I'm saying it with conviction.
This?
I get it.
But didn't he say he could turn it off?
The security alarm didn't ring until after Shuichi returned to the... It only rang after Rantaro moved the hidden door, which means he was still alive. If Shuichi was with me when the alarm went off, then that means he's not the culprit.
By the way, I want to confirm one thing with you, Kaede. Who set the security sensor on the bookcase? It was Shuichi, right?
That face. Jamming out.
Shuichi was the one who set up the security sensor. What about it?
Did you actually check for yourself if the sensor was set on the bookcase, Kaede?
No, I didn't check.
Did it ever occur to you that Shuichi could have lied about setting the sensor?
A lie?
Shuichi pretended to place the sensor on the hidden bookcase door. But in actuality, he was holding it the whole time. And when he met up with you, he secretly triggered the sensor to make the security alarm go off.
Makes a lot of
That
sense.
would cause Kaede to assume that someone had moved the bookcase.
I see! Sneaky little fucker!
Thank you for the opportunity. I love Danganronpa's tutorials. They're so good.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from this
I need to check what I have. Hold on.
sensor when Shuichi
Receiver, rear
secretly
entrance,
moved it
hidden
in
door.
order to trigger the alarm.
So when Kaede heard the sensor go off, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot can make that mistake. The security sensor was armed, but
So, hold on.
the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it in order to trigger the alarm.
So when Kaede heard the sensor go off,
Actually, not 100% sure what they want here. Hold on. Let me look at these again.
she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot can make that mistake.
I want to say it's the hidden door photos.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from
The sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it in order to trigger the alarm. So when Kaede heard the sensor go off, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase. Only an idiot can make that mistake.
The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, I know I did. That's fine. I shouldn't have gone for the shot on the white noise.
Wait a minute.
But I did.
This is weird. If the security we wouldn't have been able to take that picture. We were only able to get it because the sensor was triggered by the hidden door.
Oh, that? Psh, easy to explain. Well, you see... I guess you're right. Sorry, I didn't think that far ahead.
You're giving up that
Whew, okay.
Yeah, I mean, whatevs. I made a mistake, big deal.
You speak as if you knew that from the start. Even I was taken in.
So you see? Shuichi can't be the culprit.
Now wait just a minute. The security sensor had a power supply, so what if it went like this? The security sensor was set up on the bookshelf, and Shuichi had its receiver. However, Shuichi turned the receiver off.
Huh? How come?
That would get you a picture, but no alarm when Rantaro moved the bookcase. Then, when Shuichi says he's gonna check the basement, he actually goes to the library. And thanks to the 30-second interval, he's got time to go in after Rantaro.
He could have collected the sensor from the hidden bookcase after killing Rantaro.
I see. Then he caused the receiver to go off in front of Kaede to trick her.
It's certainly plausible, considering that Shuichi knew about the intervals.
How needlessly complicated. But I guess it's not impossible.
Man, I thought we were out of the fucking shit, but here we are.
So the ultimate detective is the killer. What?
Wait! Why do you guys think he's the culprit?
Because he's the only one without an
Please
alibi.
say something. Why aren't you saying anything?
And, like, he was there. That's why, Kaede.
Shuichi, what's wrong? You're not culprit, are you?
Hey, you gonna say anything? We'll all vote for you if you don't.
Are you okay with being the culprit? Are you ready to turn yourself in?
Wow. Okay, things just got real complicated.
Let's go over the case one more time.
The security sensor was placed on the moving bookcase. Shuichi also had the receiver.
But he had it turned off.
And so when Rantaro moved to the bookcase, a picture was taken without the alarm sounding.
Then taking advantage of the camera's interval timer,
Shuichi hid in the library and murdered the shit out of Rantaro! And then, he grabbed the security sensor from the bookcase and returned to the lookout spot.
Afterward, he set off the receiver in front of Kaede on purpose to make her think the murder had just happened. Praise be Tua! We've solved this case! So Shuichi was just using Kaede.
Let's go over the case one more time.
Alright. Well,
the security sensor was placed on the moving bookcase. Shuichi also had the receiver.
this seems like a bad
Into the
idea.
truth!
Sorry, you guys. I
Forgot?
To tell you the truth, it was me. I had the receiver.
Huh?
So that's why there's no way Shuichi could have turned off the receiver.
If that is true, then the entire premise of the argument thus far is wrong.
Is this true, Kaede?
Of course! Come on, would I lie to you guys?
Yes.
That'd only screw yourself over. If we mess up, you're dead too, you know.
Or perhaps you wanted to cover for Shuichi, even at the cost of your life.
Huh? I cannot imagine why anyone would risk their life to lie on another's behalf.
Words from a true heartless robot. Emotions are only for meatbags.
That is a harmful stereotype. I can produce heartfelt remarks through calculations.
Yeah.
Like less than 3? Those kinds of calculations?
It's like a heart. I get it. That's a funny joke.
It's not so unthinkable. All hearts are blind when faced with radiant love. Doing anything for the one you love. Hasn't everyone felt that way before?
your love.
Korakiyu is also has a really good voice actor.
Kaede and Shuichi are pretty buddy-buddy with each other, so I wouldn't doubt that. Plus, the way Kaede just acted right now, I'm pretty sure she lied.
Kokichi's voice actor sounds really familiar, and I'm not
A
sure who it
talented
is.
liar like me can spot other people's lies easily. Well, what do you guys think? To believe or not to believe, Kaede?
I do want to believe Kaede, but Shuichi does seem pretty suspicious.
I played the previous games in Japanese. I'm really only playing this in English because it's on a stream, and I feel like it's better that way for the stream's sake.
He has been strangely quiet for a while now, which is classic degenerate male behavior.
Yeah, I agree.
Shuichi is the only person here who's suspicious.
So we all agree that Puichi did it? Then let's just vote already!
No, I still think it is too soon to determine the culprit.
I agree. I sort of can't believe that Shuichi is the culprit.
Yeah, this ain't right.
I agree. But I don't know if Atua agrees. Cause right now it's his nap time.
Your god
This is quite
naps.
troublesome. It seems our opinions are on opposite ends.
How are we supposed to decide? We're split, right down middle.
Hold on! Split? Did you just say split? You did! I heard it! I heard it with my belly button microphone!
So wait, your ears don't do anything?
The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
More phenomenal trial grounds?
Trial grounds are gonna morph? Seriously? I totally want to see that!
I think I got that. This will hopefully go better in practice than... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, here, I can feel it coming. Man, this guy just turned into a fucking 90s dance club, my dude.
The camera interval, Shuichi.
Unlike Shuichi, I actually have an airtight alibi.
Shuichi and Kaede weren't together the whole time, were they?
If Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been disguised.
But that's Kaede's lie, isn't it?
You hid what you knew about the camera interval, Shuichi.
Oh, wait.
Unlike Shuichi, I actually have an airtight alibi.
How do you do this?
Pretzel.
Kaede backed up Shuichi's
Oh,
alibi,
that's the button.
didn't she?
Duh, it's X, of course.
Shuichi and Kaede went together the whole time, weren't they?
Hirumi!
Both of them were together when the receiver went off.
If Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been disguised.
Kibo!
Kaede is the one who actually had the receiver.
But that's Kaede's lie, isn't it?
I'll do it. We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through.
You hid what you knew about the camera interval. You hid what you knew about the camera intervals.
Gota!
But Mew's silent about intervals too.
Unlike Shuichi, I actually have
Hirumi!
Oops, that's the
Both of
wrong
them
one.
were together when the receiver went off.
Wrong one. Damn it.
Shuichi and Kaede went together the whole time.
Hirumi!
Both of them were together when the receiver...
If Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been...
Kibo!
Kaede is the one who actually had the receiver.
But that's Kaede's lie, isn't it?
I'll do it. We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through.
Unlike Shuichi, I actually have an airtight alibi.
Wow, this is kind of weird if you fuck one
You
up.
hid
They
what
just-
you knew about the camera intervals, Shuichi.
Gota!
But Mew's silent.
Shuichi, I actually
Kaito!
Kaede backed up Shuichi's alibi, didn't she?
Shuichi and Kaede went together.
Kibo!
Kaede is
The one who actually
No!
If
Why?
Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been disguised.
Kibo!
Kaede.
Kaede is the one who actually had the receiver.
Kaede's lie, isn't it?
I'll do it.
I was looking at the way they were lined up and thought they were going to stay that way.
You hid what you knew about the camera intervals.
Gota!
But Mew's silent.
About intervals too.
Shuichi, I actually
Kaito!
Kaede backed up Shuichi's alibi, didn't she?
Shuichi and Kaede went together the whole time, weren't they?
Hirumi!
Both of them were together when the receiver went off.
If Shuichi had the receiver,
Kibo!
Kaede is the one who actually had the receiver.
That's Kaede's lie.
I'll do it. We'll know whether or not it's a...
Come on, let me talk this through.
I got it now. I got it. That explanation did not, like, actually prepare me for
Everyone,
that
you
at
have to
all.
believe me. Shuichi is not the culprit. If we vote for Shuichi, we'll be making the wrong choice. And if that happens, everyone will be executed. I definitely won't let that happen, even if it costs me my life.
Kaede.
Yeah, it's just like Kaede said. Shuichi ain't the culprit.
Gonta believe in Shuichi too. Gentlemen always believe in friends.
well, if Shuichi's not our culprit, then who is?
We've already exhausted all possible avenues of discussion.
No way. There has to be something else we can discuss. We just gotta think. Right, Shuichi?
Huh?
Shuichi, even though you're not the culprit, you've been quiet for a while. It's because you realized something, huh? You're scared to reveal the truth. I thought so. Shuichi. Answer me this. What kind of truth did you realize? Don't be scared to say it. Not just for me, but for everyone else. Please, face the truth.
The picture.
Picture?
Picture from the camera aimed at the hidden door, just before the murder. I always thought it was suspicious, the way Rantaro was acting.
What's suspicious?
If you look at the picture, it looks like Rantaro is trying to remove the camera, but that must mean he noticed the camera we set up.
That's true. But when did he notice that?
I believe it was when the camera took its first picture.
This picture was taken when Rantaro moved the bookcase. At that moment, something made him notice the camera. So he tried to remove it. That's when the bookcase closed. The sensor was triggered, and that's when this picture was taken.
If that is the case, we must find the reason why he noticed the camera.
You're confusing everyone! Except me, of course. Just get to the fucking point!
I've been contemplating what it could be. Why did he notice the camera?
I'm so fucking nervous. Like, who...
And the answer is in this picture.
Bad? No? Damn, I hope I don't die. This is the only thing, since the flash was turned off. So why? Wait, well, the flash was off. That doesn't make. Oh, but
I get it.
Oh, but it does look like the camera flashed, I guess.
Because of the flash.
The flash?
Yes, the flash went off when the hidden door camera took a picture. Rantaro noticed the camera's flash.
No, I get it now. I literally just said that. I was like, it did look like the flash was on. Yeah.
Well, if you compare it to the other pictures that we have. Remember the pictures that were taken when I took down the cameras? This is the picture taken when I removed the front camera. And this is the picture from when I removed the rear camera. And this is the picture of Rantaro.
Whoa! The brightness!
Same room, circumstance, and camera. And yet, there is a disparity in brightness.
Because only the camera aimed at the hidden door had the flash turned on.
What was the purpose of leaving the flash on? Especially since it was meant to be hidden. A mistake, maybe?
It's no mistake. There was an objective here. That camera was placed for another reason.
Another reason, huh?
I get it.
Makes sense, I guess.
The flash was used to lure whoever moved the bookcase to the... So when the flash went off, they would have noticed the camera right away. And that's exactly what happened. Rantaro moved the bookcase, noticed the flash, and then walked over to the camera. But the culprit didn't expect the camera to take another picture when the door closed.
Hey, Kaede?
What is it?
Is something wrong? You've been acting kind of strange.
Strange?
Your last few remarks carry more conviction than before.
Do you know who the culprit is?
Yep, I know. I've known for a long time.
Long time?
Because there was only one person able to set the flash on the camera. Isn't that right, Shuichi? The culprit of this incident is...
Is it Kaede?
No doubt about it. Well, this is as far as it goes. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get to the mastermind. I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
god!
Rantaro. I'm sorry, Shuichi. You stayed silent this whole time because you realized it already, right?
Holy shit!
You can't do that.
What?
It may be the end of me, but I want my wish to. I'm giving it to you, Shuichi. From now on, you're going to carry on my wish. You're going to protect everyone.
Oh my god! That was honestly a random, like, I had...
What you want me to do. That's so cool. It's cool, but...
I was only like 40% sure.
I understand.
But it felt like it was what it was building up to.
You can trust me.
What the fuck?
I won't let your wish.
This is the first case? This is case 1. What? Oh my god.
Kaede is the culprit.
Huh? Who do you play as after this?
Kaede?
Did they kill her? Did they leave her? What?
Wait! That's not possible! Right, Kaede? Kaede? Wait! Did she really...
Just kidding.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Just kidding.
Huh? Did you guys really think I'm the culprit? Psh, come on, guys. Like I could. When Rantaro was murdered, I was in the classroom with Shuichi, remember? After that, we went to the library, and that's the first time I even saw his body. Plus, I never met up with Rantaro. I never had a chance to kill him.
Yes. No way Kaede could be culprit.
Jeez, of course not. Do you think I'm even strong enough to throw that shot? My hands are only strong enough to play piano. Then accusing you of being the culprit is... Yep, it's wrong. Shuichi's just joking around. He wanted to lighten up the mood. Right, Shuichi? No matter how you look at it, I couldn't have killed Rantaro with that shot.
I'm not joking around. Kaede definitely killed Rantaro.
What the hell did you just say?
It seems as though Shuichi is serious.
Of course I am.
Why don't you tell me then? How did I kill Rantaro with that shot?
Yeah, how? You and Kaede were together the whole time, weren't you?
How Kaede killed Rantaro with a shot put ball should become clear when you consider where she used it.
Oh, she rolled it through the vent.
Where she used the shot put ball?
Huh? What? I lost you guys.
Holy crap, dude. Okay.
I have an alibi. When Rantaro was killed, I was in the classroom standing watch with Shuichi.
Kaede never saw Rantaro.
Oops, I didn't mean to shoot it. I wanted to deal with that. Okay.
How'd she kill him?
It's important to establish where the culprit used the shot. We know that it was in the library.
Oh no, that's the thing I
Rantaro
want
was
to
killed
hit.
in the library, after all.
That's the only explanation.
Possible for me to be the culprit.
No,
I
it's
have an alibi.
not.
that it...
Sorry, it was not.
Kaede didn't use the shot put ball at the scene of the crime. She used it at the first floor classroom, where we were keeping watch.
Hold on. How could she have hit Rantaro with a shot from a different floor?
She rolled it. She rolled the shot from the first floor classroom and hit Rantaro. I am skeptical that she could perform such a feat of accuracy.
So it was a magic shot put ball? Yeah, that's not possible.
It is possible. If you do it at the right spot in the classroom, it will reach the library.
So it seems you already know about that.
Oh god, I hate Hangman's Gambit. But I know what this word should be, so... I half expected them to put me in control of the robot because he has the little like swooshy hair thing, the ahoge or whatever you called it.
If you were to roll the shot in there, it would reach the library.
I see. That air duct connects the classroom to the library.
So, the shot is rolled into the vent, passes through the duct, and comes out of the air vent above the library bookcase.
But how could she have hit Rantaro from all the way over there? The vent was way too far from Rantaro's body.
So it was just a coincidence?
What kind of coincidence is that?
What a mystery.
The shot that fell from the vent. How did it strike Rantaro's head from that distance?
Yeah, that's impossible!
It's not like it started rolling on its own.
I agree!
Consent! Thumbs up for consent from Ryotaro.
It's just like Ryoma said.
Or Ryoma, rather, sorry.
The shot rolled along the top of the bookcase and fell on Rantaro's head.
It rolled along the bookcase?
I did say that, but would the shot have rolled that conveniently?
It has nothing to do with convenience. The shot rolled exactly how the culprit wanted. They used books on top of the bookcases to direct the path of the shot.
The shot's path was directed by books? How would that...
It would be easier to explain with a floor plan of the library. That's it! Mew, I recall that during the investigation, you said you would use your drone to make a floor plan.
Oh yeah! What happened with that?
Let's look at it. Maybe we all find clue. Please, Mia.
Oh, want him that badly, huh? Fine. But now you owe me one. Voila! Feast your eyes on these babies.
It's just as I thought.
What is?
See? The books are stacked like stairs from the vent to where Rantaro's body was found. Oh! Shuichi is right!
Indeed, they are stacked like stairs. I did not notice when I looked up from the floor.
I see. The shot rolled on top of these books, eh?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I remember Kaede making a comment about like
The shot
Ruth
was rolled
Goldberg
into the
machines or
classroom
some
vent
shit.
And came out in the If the vent was open, the shot would have maintained momentum. And you did that, right, Kaede? You made sure the vent was open.
Impressive. You have a really good memory, Shuichi.
When the shot came through, the stacked books made it change direction.
This is gonna be a nightmare game,
Then
isn't it?
rolled down the path made by the books.
Just a non-stop, never-ending shit show. If this is how the first case plays out,
The books
this
were
is
stacked in rows
nonsense.
so that the shot wouldn't fall off. At the same time, the books blocked the shot from view. Then, when the ball was directly above Rantaro, rolled along the groove of the open books, and fell on top of his
like,
head.
we're in for a nightmare, dude.
And it was the camera flash that lured him to that exact spot.
A setup that complicated is almost like a Rube Goldberg machine.
I said Ruth Goldberg machine earlier. I meant to say Rube.
Well, it would be.
Wait, even with the Rube whatever setup, when did she roll the ball into the duct?
That's right. Wasn't Shuichi with Kaede in the classroom?
That's the only thing
That's
that
it.
makes sense. Is when she was right when she was leaving.
The moment we ran out of the classroom, when the sensor went off, I ran out first. But just before she left, I'm right, aren't I, Kaede?
Of course, the ultimate detective would remember all that.
Your words and that smile. Is this your admission of guilt?
Hold on! Don't just jump to conclusions!
That's weird. Why do you sound so desperate?
There's nothing weird about it. There's just no way I could believe someone like Kaede would be the culprit.
Yeah, Gonta not believe it either.
Oh God.
What?
Don't worry, Kaede. I'll clear your name.
Does this ever end?
I refuse to believe that Kaede is the culprit. I still have my doubts.
Your doubts.
Doubts about the noise, of course. The library should have been quiet, right?
I figured this was gonna be what was coming up. Huh.
That's wrong!
while the Killing Game promotional video was being broadcast. So the library would not have been completely quiet at the time.
Oh. So that ghastly video drowned out the sound of the shot rolling.
What?
Kaito, are you done now?
Damn it! So it's true then? You're saying Kaede really is the culprit?
So that means most of Kaede's sins were committed right before Shuichi's eyes.
That's correct. I was with her in the classroom. And when she moved the vent grate aside. And when she lined up the books on top of the bookcase. And it was the same when you took the murder weapon, wasn't it? You took the shot put ball when you got the cameras for Mew, right, Kaede?
Oh, God.
So you were hiding
man.
it the entire time? Where would she have even hidden it?
Is this what they want? No. No, it had to be backpack, right?
Oh no!
No, I just wanted to make a titty joke. Come on.
That's it!
Don't take
Kaede's
away my
back.
hearts.
Despite its weight, it would have been easy to carry. I noticed you also had a spare vest, which you could have wrapped it in. That would prevent the cameras you were carrying from being damaged.
Then that means all of this happened right in front of Shuichi. But we should not blame him for that. None of those actions warranted suspicion at the time, so we might not have noticed.
That's
that
fair.
Clears it all up then. Every part of the crime Kaede plotted.
That can't be. It's gotta be a mistake, right?
But if all of that is true, then that's pretty unfortunate. I mean, it's Kaede, you know? She kept preaching about working together, and then she goes and kills in cold blood!
No, something still doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
Kaede wouldn't do something like that.
Huh? You mean she's not the type? But you were the one that said she did it, right?
What are they trying to do to my brain?
Yes, I did say that. But murder in cold blood
Why?
is just not in her character.
What is going on?
I truly believe that. I believe...
But
You-
why? Why do you still believe in me, Shuichi? Why?
Tell me why! Why are you doing this? Are you still looking away from the truth?
Not at all. My belief in you is going to lead me to the truth. I'll show you what's behind all this. I'll show you your truth.
Yeah, it's pretty meta. I'm definitely feeling the despair. Oh, that art is radical.
still believe in me? I'm definitely the culprit. You think I wouldn't do it? It's all my fault! Ah! I'm the one who killed Rantaro! That's the truth of this case! And that's all there is to it!
I missed the rhythm on those bees completely.
I betrayed everyone! I'm the one who killed Rantaro! That's the truth of this case! And that's all there is to it! Ah! Please stop! Just stop! Remember what I told you? You have to fight for the truth. Shuichi, I know you can do this. If you say you believe in me, then don't look away from the truth. Please stop. Just stop. Remember what I told you? You have to fight for the truth. Shuichi,
damn it.
I know you can do this. If you say you believe in me, then do you know what I was trying to do?
Oh, I missed. Damn it, I missed the X. I didn't see the X up there. I'm so stupid. That was totally my bad.
Do you know what I was trying to do?
Kill the mastermind. I didn't see the X at first. Give me a break. My brain was focused on the other words.
You weren't persuaded by Monokuma, and you weren't trying to save yourself. What you were trying to do was kill the mastermind.
Meat, yeah, bone on the meat.
Kill the mastermind?
On the meat bone. The meat bone on, man. The meat bow on.
Kaede wasn't targeting Rantaro. She was targeting the mastermind. She was trying to end this killing game. She was trying to save us all. Isn't that right, Kaede?
I see. Otherwise, everyone would have died when the time limit expired.
So, she tried to end the killing game by killing the mastermind?
But it's all my fault. Kaede trusted my detective skills. I told her the mastermind might be there. And that's why she set that trap. It's all my fault. She trusted my detective work and I screwed it up.
Man, this sucks. Uh-oh.
It's not true. Please, don't say it's your fault. It'll be harder for me. None of this is your fault. It's mine. Everything's my fault.
Kaede.
Shuichi, can I ask you to do one last favor for me? Can you end all of this?
What?
I want you to reveal everything that happened and convince everyone. And then, I want you to end this. That's my final wish.
I understand. I'll end all of this. I'll reveal everything. The truth and the lies.
Oh, okay. I got it now. Oh, whoops. What happened in the classroom 1 hour before the time limit? In the classroom.
This is the truth of the case! It all began 2 days prior, when Monokuma gave us the additional motive. The time limit added to this killing game triggered the crime. After the announcement, some of us decided to form groups to plan our next move. I had my own plan to find the mastermind, and someone offered to help me.
I love this song. I've always loved the song that plays during the
I never would
recap.
have imagined they would become the culprit. To expose the mastermind, the culprit and I set up hidden cameras in the library. There was a hidden door in the library that showed signs of use. We deduced that the mastermind would return there to let Monokuma out. The next day, we asked Mew if she could modify some cameras for our trap. We then went to the warehouse to gather the necessary materials. All we needed were disposable cameras and a security sensor. But the culprit found something else there. The murder weapon. That's right, the shot put ball. They put the cameras as well as the shot in their backpack. Then, on the day the time limit would expire, the day of the murder, the culprit and I collected the modified cameras from you and visited the library. Once there, we searched the room for ideal locations to place the cameras. But even then, the culprit was preparing the murder.
Referring to her as the culprit seems so cold.
They began by removing the vent grate and laid it inside the air duct. Then, they moved the pile of books on top of the bookcase, pretending to organize them. After that, it appeared innocuous enough, but it was actually a path for the murder weapon.
Didn't mean to click through that, my bad, but
The
I
culprit
was able to
also
read it.
tampered with the hidden camera linked to the security sensor. I was responsible for setting up the other cameras, but that one, I didn't even notice their trick. They used duct tape to keep the flash function on. After
Yeah, I
the
would
cameras were
imagine.
set, the culprit and I climbed the stairs to the first floor classroom. We kept a lookout for the others and waited for the security sensor to go off. During the stakeout, we saw Kaito and 6 others go down to the basement. Rantaro was with them, the first victim. After watching that group enter the game room, I returned to the classroom. With about 1 hour remaining, the security receiver I was holding went off. I assumed it was the mastermind, so I ran out of the classroom to the library. I was in such a hurry, I left the culprit behind. Looking back on it now, that was the last chance I had to stop the murder. After I had left, the culprit took the shot put ball out of their backpack and rolled it into the classroom vent. This set the murder in motion. Rantaro had moved the bookcase, triggering the receiver. Unbeknownst to him, the trap had been sprung. First, the modified camera took a picture of Rantaro with the flash on. Rantaro noticed the flash and approached the bookcase to inspect the camera flash lured Rantaro directly into the murder weapon's path. The shot the culprit tossed into the vent rolled through the air duct. Came out of the library's vent and kept rolling atop the bookcase. Opening the vent grate and organizing the books was all to create a path. Under normal circumstances, the victim would have been alerted by the noise. But the promotional video was masking the sound of the shot rolling. The shot kept rolling,
Wham!
then fell on Rantaro's head, killing him instantly. By the time we had entered the room, the murder was complete. I imagine, seeing Rantaro's body, the culprit probably thought, the mastermind is dead, the game is over, now we can all go home. But their wish didn't come true, because Rantaro wasn't the mastermind. It was murder, in an attempt to save all our lives. That is the truth. That's the truth behind your lies, Kaede Akamatsu. The ultimate pianist.
Wow. Man.
And that concludes the events of this case.
No. Kaede did it?
Damn it!
It is a truth I do not wish to accept. But since Shuichi has brought everything to light, we can at least try to trust the Kaede we've come to know up to this point.
The Kaede we've come...
Even if she did commit a crime, what Kaede has said to us is not a lie. She wanted to protect us, and I firmly believe that to be the truth.
If that was a lie too, it'd be the last straw for me. I'd have nothing left to believe in.
You guys are so nice, even though I betrayed you all.
No, that's not true, Kaede! You were trying to save all of the—
Nice job, Shuichi. I didn't expect any less.
What?
You were super reliable back there. But you still have a long way to go. You need to be more assertive. If you did that more often, you'd be a pretty cool guy.
Kaede, why are you smiling like that? Why are you still trying to get me to be brave? Why, Kaede? Why are you thinking about everyone except yourself? If you had just been less selfless, you wouldn't have had to murder. Why? Why do you do that?
I'm sorry.
Stop, stop, stop! At least save it for the end of the trial! Sheesh!
I'm tearing up a little bit, honestly. That sucks, man.
Voting time!
All right, you bastards! Press the button in front of you to cast your vote!
And make sure y'all vote, because refusing to vote is grounds for termination.
At last! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Rough, man. I should have. I should have. Vote for Himiko. I should have, dude.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I don't want to see her execution, man. Sucks. Hey, I got an A.
Absolutely right!
Yeah, we're sending Kaede up to the farm up north.
I'm glad.
What? Don't screw around!
That's not true.
I don't get it!
Please.
For real?
Hey, but
Yeah,
therefore,
that's right. Yeah.
But you really don't get it.
Wait.
No.
right.
I know that!
Man.
Wait.
Yeah.
I see.
Then,
Because...
well then,
Oh, yeah!
sorry.
What?
Okay. Let's see. Maybe.
But that's... Sorry.
What?
I see.
Okay. Damn it!
That's wrong!
Huh?
Because... Right?
But...
Jeez.
Huh?
Yeah. Because...
I mean, if you killed the mastermind, I would want to be your friend. We could chill forever.
Yeah.
However,
Right!
Everybody is having, like, the world's craziest mix of emotions right now. None of these people know how to feel.
Sorry.
Damn.
Hi, hello!
What?
Ah!
That's right.
Now then.
Huh?
Thrills, chills, kills!
Don't screw around.
Hey!
Oh boy.
Punishment time is a sacred segment. You're not allowed to interfere.
And if you even try to interfere, we'll just crush you with these here exosols.
I've been waiting for him to pronounce that word.
It's probably better if one person dies instead of everyone.
Like hell am I just gonna sit here and do what you say? Kaede fought with her life on the line, and so will I!
Gonta will face you all. Times like this are why Gonta became strong. Gentlemen never back down. And
This is the perfect chance to test out my Neo Aikido skills on machines.
Yeah, I'll help. I can...
Everyone, stop! Stop it.
Kaede. Why? Damn it!
No.
Huh?
You know? I believe in you! You have to live! It's a promise.
Yeah.
I shall take that request.
Bye.
Well now. Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Hey! You can't lose! you. It's a promise.
Oh boy. I don't want to watch it, dude. Oh man. This sucks so fucking bad. These are always so grim, too. Oh, God. The song. Oh. I like that they're all booing. Grim, man. Oh, God. Oh, hey, Mono Kid's also frickin' dead. Well, that sucked. A lot. An extreme amount. He would be your favorite character, huh?
Oh well.
Kinda, but like what?
Is all that remains of a once powerful yokai.
I don't. Okay, sure. I mean, I could. Are people specifically upset that they took away the female protagonist? Because I could understand it a bit from that angle, but like, that's a really, really good. Okay, yeah, like I get that. I mean, that's a fair. In a world where like. In a world where like there aren't enough female protagonists in games, it is kind of a bummer. It would have. Damn it, Draco. It would have been. It would have been a. Maybe it would have been better if they would have. If they would have reversed it, and maybe had made Shuichi the protagonist and had it fake out into Kaede.
Really? Amen.
Yahoo! This is... How dare you! Hey, Extreme!
What now?
You?
Oh!
Excuse me. What are you trying to pull?
Huh? Hey, well...
Huh? What is it?
That is...
Why, you... Too bad.
However,
You're really bugging me. And another thing.
What?
Here. Right? Looking forward to it.
Why?
That's nice.
Thanks.
Don't screw around.
Is that so? Too bad.
I think the twist still would have been so. You would have to swap their personalities, is the thing. Like, you would have to make Kaede or the meeker one, and so Shuichi would have to have been the "we can do it, guys" type of dude. But I don't know. I think the twist still would have worked. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that much. I just can kind of understand why people would be like, "Oh man, I thought we had one of the girl protagonist," and it's also not a trash fire nightmare like Ultra Despair Girls. No, that wouldn't have worked as well, but they wouldn't have had to write that scene, you know, like, come on.
Ah.
It's getting interesting.
I can't believe Monokid is gone. There's no way.
No.
hey,
Prayer time.
What?
I don't know.
That's enough! Damn. Shut up! Damn it. Dumbass.
Huh?
Clench your teeth!
Kaito! You are supposed to say that before you hit him.
Didn't you hear what Kaede said? She said she believed in you. That she passed her wish on to you. But what the hell's wrong with you? You didn't say a damn thing to Monokuma. You call yourself a man? Damn it. Dumbass.
Listen up.
Are you okay?
Okay. For now.
Then...
Sorry.
What?
no.
Wow, Tenko being nice to a degenerate male.
Yeah.
Listen.
Hey!
I mean,
Huh?
that's right.
Okay.
Listen up. I mean...
Damn, what a music collection. Like the pussy.
I wish there was a piano here. I would play you a song to help you cheer up. A pretty song to play for you. Oh, like Clair de Lune by Debussy. It's a soothing song that calms your heart, like the moon's reflection on water. You noticed, huh? Yeah, I'm shaking too. But I'd be a mess if you weren't here. I wouldn't have been able to do anything.
Yeah, it
I'm
is,
so
isn't
lost. I'm glad you're here with me, Shuichi. With you by my side, I feel like I can stand up to any. You give me the courage I need to take on the mastermind.
Man.
So please, be more confident. I believe in you, so you should definitely believe in yourself.
Yeah, I'll try. I don't know if I can do it, but... No, I'll do it. I have to believe in myself. I won't be afraid anymore. I will face the truth. For everyone. I won't give up. For your sake, Kaede. I promise. From the bottom of my heart, I promise you, Kaede.
Yep, that's our promise. I'm leaving everything up to you, Shuichi. Goodbye.
That's a real hard-hitting first case, man. Like, I did not give a shit at all when, what was her name? Sayaka or Teru died? Like, who gives a shit, dude? Oh, those weren't even the people that died in the murders. They were the people who died in the trial. It was... Oh, who am I supposed to give that to? She's dead. Alright, like, I'm gonna stop. Thanks for showing up, guys. That was a real bummer. Oh, man. Oh, man. This game... If that's the first case, I don't even know where this is gonna go. I can only imagine that the end game is gonna be just, like, an incredible nightmare. Like, oof. Goddamn you, Kodaka. Cosplox. Alright, guys, I'll talk to y'all later.